Hello stampers and crafters, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's card is this one. We are going to be using the Crafting with You bundle to create this super cute card. I love the little paper trimmer. It looks just like the real one. This card is super cute, and if you want to see exactly how to make it, please keep watching. So to make our card, we're going to be using the Crafting with You bundle. I love this bundle. Perfect for crafters, stampers, sewers, painters, all kinds of different types of crafters. It comes with a 13 stamp photopolymer stamp set that has all these beautiful stamps and these lovely sentiments, and it also comes with these dies. The dies to me are where it's at. So you get this cute little paper trimmer die, which we're going to be using today. The scissors, the yarn, the basket, the thread, all kinds of things. Like there's a little cross stitch pattern. I haven't used this one yet, but I want to. But I love this bundle so much, and I haven't gotten my new magnetic sheets yet, so everything's still on the one it came with. We're only going to be using 2 of the dies today, our paper trimmer die and the scissors. We're going to be using them both twice, and I will show you that in just a second. I do want to show you how cute this is though. This is our paper trimmer, and this is the paper trimmer that comes with it. I did kind of seal that down, and I'll show you. But look how cute. It has the little blade on it. I just think it's adorable. So let's get started making our card. I have all of our pieces already cut out and ready to go here. So we're going to be starting with a very vanilla card base. This is a thick, very vanilla card base. All the measurements and all the supplies I'm using are on my blog. You can click the first link in the description of this video, it'll take you right to the blog post. So we have that. Then I have 2 different types of designer series paper. The first is from the Let's Go Fishing designer series paper. I just wanted that pebbled path stripes, and the second is from Earth and Elegance. This is also pebbled path. Then I have a piece of pebbled path that's going to lay like that, and then our designer series paper is going to go up. Now I've already die cut our pieces. I want to show you how to put them together. Tell me I didn't lose. I didn't. Okay, I thought I lost that little blade there. That thing is so tiny. You really have to be careful with it. Let's put our scissors together first. So I've die cut the scissors twice, once in Smoky Slate, once in Pebbled Path. What we're going to do is I'm going to cut the where your fingers go, the loops here of the Pebbled Path scissors. I'm just going to cut this off, and I put these on an adhesive sheet and cut them out. So what we're going to do is just cut those off, and then we're going to get rid of the blade parts. We don't need those. I'm going to flip these over. Now my adhesive sheet didn't get onto all of it. That's okay. I just needed enough for it to stick to our scissors. I used Smoky Slate because it looked the most like metal to me. You also could use like silver foil to make them shiny. I just kind of went simple, and I peeled off the back of the adhesive sheet, and I'm just going to stick that down. And before I push, I'm just going to move it a little bit to make sure it's lined up. And we're going to do the same thing here with the other the handles. That's the word I was looking for, the scissor handles. So we're going to stick that down again, and not like stick it down yet, just kind of line it up and then push it down. And now to put the scissors together, I took a glue dot, and I'm going to take that with my take your pick tool, and I flipped that over, and I just stuck it over the hole. Now we're going to be covering that up. Make sure I got it stuck there. And then we're just going to put them together. Now what I like to do is just kind of look at them and put them together like that. And just push them, and they're all together. The same thing for the paper trimmer. I put an adhesive sheet on the back of a piece of basic gray I used for this one. You could also use pebbled path. I think it would look the same. I just had a little scrap of basic gray. So we're going to take the trimmer. It goes this way. And I'm just going to stick this up towards the top, but not right at the top. And I kind of want that line to go horizontal. So just stuck that down. And then we can put our little piece of Let's Go Fishing paper. It's the same paper that's on the back here. I just cut it. Again, all the measurements are on my blog. I want it to kind of fit like that, but I want it to stay. I didn't want to put a glue dot because it was too bulky. So I'm just going to take literally the tiniest piece of Stampin' Seal. Whoops. The littlest bit, just like that. I don't even know if you could see it. It's very small. And I'm going to stick this through and just over that, and I'm going to push. And now we can do our little bit of stamping. Where'd my Pebbled Path go? That's the only color we're using for stamping is Pebbled Path. I have cut a label out of the Something Fancy dies. I used this guy here to cut out the label. You could use any of these if you wanted to. And we're going to be using the Life is Better When You're Crafting stamp. Move that. And I have it all ready to go on an H block. And my Pebbled Path is really inky. I think it's a little too inky, so I'm going to show you a little trick for that. Let me see it. Usually on my desk here, I have some scrap papers, and I do. So I have this scrap paper. You can see I cut the sewing machine out with that. I'm just going to take and scrape along my ink pad. And see all that ink? There is these things. I love that Stampin' Up! Does this. When you get a new ink pad, they usually come super juicy, which is awesome. But sometimes it's a little bit much. So I just like to scrape around and move that ink. So I'm going to clean off my stamp really quick. And we're going to try that again. And the reason I could tell it was a little too inky is because on some of the smaller words, it had pooled up a bit. So I'm going to try that one more time. And I'm just going to kind of center it the best I can into this die. It is easier, I think, sometimes when you stamp and then die cut. That's a little bit crooked, but it's going to go on there a little bit crooked, so I'm okay with that. And you can see I cleaned my ink pad, and you can see the difference in how those stamped. So this one came out much better. So that's it for stamping, and now we can just put our pieces on. So I have some Stampin' Dimensionals here. We're going to take and put those on the back of our paper trimmer. And then for our scissors, I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue. And actually, I don't want to put that on yet because let's put down our layers first. I just realized we didn't put down our layers yet. So I'm going to take this big piece of Designer Series paper. Oh my goodness, my seal is giving me problems today. There. Run some seal along the back of this. Put that on our card base. And then take our Pebbled Path piece. Do the same thing. I'm just going to take and put this slightly crooked. Like that. Then our Earthen Elegance piece. And we're going to put that straight. But I want that Pebbled Path piece just to pop through. Then we can take a few dimensionals, put it on the back of our label here. I'm going to do 3. And then we can just sit that on there. And like I said, it's a little crooked. That's okay. It's a handmade card. I always say, if you want perfect, go to the store and buy a card. Those are usually perfect, but they don't have nearly as much charm. So I'm going to put on our paper trimmer, kind of off to the side a little bit, and now we can glue our scissors. So I'm just going to take my liquid glue and a little bit. I don't want glue coming out everywhere, but I do want to make sure like the handles and everything are down. And take this and just kind of to the side there, push it down. And we're not done yet because, oh, I didn't get them out. I need some of the classic matte dots. That is what we used on our scissor handles. That is also what I used around the card. I found them. Classic matte dots. Oops. And I'm going to take my paper, take your pick tool, the paper piercing end, or you could use the putty end. And I'm going to grab some of these basic gray ones. I'm going to use a large one to cover that hole in the scissors, and then two of the small ones, just kind of one at the bottom, one at the opposite corner at the top, and that is it for our card. So I hope you enjoyed this card today. Be sure to check out my blog to see the other projects I've made using the Crafting with You bundle. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.